the news just doesn't get better, does it, at the moment? I mean, with the amount of people out right now when it comes to injuries and stuff like that, like it's getting ridiculous. I mean, the amount of players that are out. I mean, there's Joseph, there's Greenwood, there's Bamford, there's Rutter, there's Liam Cooper, there's Firpo, there's Stuart Dallas, Somerville. That's 8 players. We've got eight or 9 players out injured, and it's just like, okay, when's this gonna stop? You know, we were injury ravid when it came to Marcelo Bielsa. We started becoming injury ravid when it came to like Jesse Marsch, and then now since Daniel Farke's come into talks, into the picture, should we say, it's becoming more and more frustrating and more like, what's the issue? Was Marcelo Bielsa the person to, in a sense, destroy our players? Is it just the simple fact that our players are just not strong enough to be able to cope with the intensity when it comes to the Premier League football or Championship football, or just the intensity in general? I mean, we all know Adam Forshaw, he was long-term. Bamford is hit and miss all the time. There's who's he called? Stuart Dallas, he was out for some time as well. And it's just seeing the same faces getting injured all the time. And it's just like, when's it going to stop? When are we going to be able to go into a season when we have a fully fit squad, a fully fit 11 or a fully fit 22, and be like, okay, well, we don't have to worry this week about injuries. We don't have to worry about, okay, well, where are we going to get the depth, where we're going to get the depth from? So to me, the 49ers have some huge business upon them, because we cannot go into another season yet again like we was in the Premier League before we got relegated, injury ravid, of having these expectations of the young kids and coming out and saying like, oh yeah, well, we have the depth, we've got the players, we've got the youngsters, blah blah blah. To me, I don't really think that's good enough. I don't really think it's Championship standard. Yes, we've got a few players in there who can give us that quality. Nonto, he's decent. We've got Sonny Perkins who's available. We've got Joe Gelhardt who's available. Archie Gray who's available. Like, we do have some decent players at the realm, but are they going to be able to give us the quality that we need to push forward? And I don't think so. So if the 49ers aren't going to be pushing to sign another 4 or 5 players in the next 4 or 5 weeks, then I cannot see Leeds United holding down to where we need to be in the long term. And of course, our goal is to get promoted, isn't it? And if we don't have a fully fit squad, like Firpo's out until God knows how long, Bamford is out until international duty, Liam Cooper's now out for 8 weeks, Somerville's out for a few weeks until end of September. So it's just like, what's happening? We've got Jack Harrison on the bench, injury list. We've still got a lot of players who are our main players who are out injured. So it's like, who do we play in there? So are the 49ers going to go out there and see if there's any people on a free? They're going to continuously bid for players £1 million, £2 million short of like the asking price. So in a sense, we are so dependent on Tyler Adams leaving. We're so dependent on Chelsea and coming in and saying like, yeah, we'll pay £20 million, because yeah, we've got the parachute money, but where did that parachute money go? Has it paid off all the loans? Has it paid towards Rutter's transfer? Has it paid for Tyler Adams' transfer? Dan James' transfer? Brendan Aaronson's transfer? Like, all these players who came down into the Championship still had like a finance deal over them, you know? So maybe the 49ers had to use that parachute money to pay off all their outstanding amount of money they had on these players. So we may be having to expect to sell these players, because we've only getting £3 million for Rodrigo, a few like £100,000 here and there for a couple of players. It's just like, where's the money coming from? So we are so reliant on this sale of Tyler Adams, and it's like, I don't want him to leave, but now it's like you have to sell him to be able to bring in 4 or 5 players, you know? And it's just getting to the point now where there's teams around us like Ipswich, there's Coventry, Sunderland, Middlesbrough, buying 5, 6, 7 players. Like Watford, they had a huge amount of players that went out, but they brought in like 13 new players. Stoke City, they brought in 13, like 11 to 12, 13 players, something like that, even though it may be on free. Even Cardiff City, yeah, they've got a transfer embargo, but they've brought in decent quality players, you know? So it's like, why can't Leeds go out there and do that? Yes, we have a few players like Ian Piveda. He could fit that perfect, like the system perfectly because he seemed to do okay. But is he going to be consistent throughout the next couple of months to Somerville's standard? I don't know. He's not proven that. So I'm not going to sit here and make it a negative video because I'm not. I'm reactionary when it comes to Leeds United because end of the day, I want the club to do well. I want the club to succeed and I want the club to be where every fan wants them to be. They want to be in the Premier League. They want to be challenging for Europa, the Champions League, the Premier League title. And we've been screaming out year after year after year. We need depth in every position. We need a new striker. We need 2 new strikers. We need more depth in the midfield area. We need another left back to help Sam Byron. We need another centre back, maybe another 2 centre backs. We've got a goalkeeper in Caldalo. Fantastic. Luke Ayling, he's the only right back at the club right now. Drame, we've got 10 players out, haven't we? We've got 10 players out. If we want to go over it again, Greenwood, Drame, Jack Harrison, Firpo, Joseph, Cooper, Dallas, Jack Harrison, Mateus Joseph, Somerville. 10 players out injured. 10 players, that's a full starting 11. So it's looking more and more likely that we're going to be playing with kids again, and it's just not good enough in my opinion. Oh, and Rutter as well. So we've got 11 players out. I don't know if I said Rutter, but we've got 10, 11 players out. So to my opinion, it's just not good enough. It really isn't. And if we do not step up now, instead of pissing them out, trying to get good deals and this smart business, we're going to be, I don't know. Other clubs are strengthening up. What are we doing? We're just looking and being rumoured with players every single day. And yes, I understand that the 49ers like to do business quietly and we never know what's happening. But we need to know answers now. We need to know what's happening. We need to know if they're going to be bringing in like 3 or 4 players in the next couple of weeks. We need to know if they've got players lined up, you know? Because as much as it's frustrating for you to hear people like me or Joe or Connor or any other Leeds fan like who reacting like this, it's just because we're passionate. We just want to do a video. It's more of like a blog and a vlog, like a video diary type of thing, you know? So I do apologise if it's not a video that you want to hear, but to me, I think it's starting to take the piss now, and I really hope that the 49ers look at this and be like, okay, well, this is exactly what happened under Bielsa. This is exactly what happened under the ownership of Radrizzani. We need to be different. The fans have screamed out for years and years for something to change, excuse me. And is it going to change? I don't know. That's the simple answer. I don't know. But it's... As a Leeds fan, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm worried because we still have some quality on the pitch. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not worried at all, you know? So, yeah, it is what it is. Somerville, Cooper, brilliant news. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. It has just been more of an emotional video. I hope it's not been too bad for you to watch. I don't know, I always want to bring out videos like this where I can just voice my opinion instead of just like bottling it in or moaning to like people at work and stuff like that. I'd rather come onto the Leeds forum and the Leeds community to be able to, in a sense, have a discussion whether you agree with me or not. It's totally fine. You can call me names, all the names under the sun, whatever, but I don't really care. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I am bringing out a video tomorrow morning. It is some news on a couple of players who are linked, a couple of players who could be leaving, an update on the Greek centre-back, and I think there is an update on another player, but I'm not too sure. But I'll be around about 8 AM, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you dislike me, fine, whatever. Hit the like button if you dislike me. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheerio.